Hi, my name is Kiara Davis. I am a senior here at Beloit College, and this is my show, 22, The Awakening of Self. So the reason why I put on this showcase was because, for one, I turned 22 this year, so that was also a plus, but also I wanted to create something that represent me awakening to who I really am. So during this show, I made 11 pieces that were my dreams and 11 that were my realities, but I also let individuals interpret it on their own. So whenever you go throughout this showcase, you're really kind of leave with a sense of self and just feeling like you kind of just understood or you grabbed something from it. So now I would like to turn your attention to this piece behind me. This is called Kryptonite. And my inspiration behind this piece was, of course, I was listening to SZA. That's like a norm if you know me. And I was listening to Good Days, and it just so happened to have been a good day when I was making this painting as well. I was sitting down and I was thinking about my grandparents that I had lost in 2019 and 2020. And I was just thinking about how I used to be so sad and just not feeling like myself. But then I also thought about the love around the people that support me the most and who really love and care about me. And so I call it kryptonite because they are my kryptonite to my depression, and they help me feel like my whole self, which is what led to me feeling like I could awaken myself and really start to love myself. So this is just like an overall self-care journey. So this piece right here is called Good Bad, and this pretty much represents exactly what it say. I made this when I thought about all the good people that I met during my lifetime, but they were just not that good for me. So it doesn't necessarily make them bad people, but they were just bad for me, which is why I call this Good Bad. You know, sometimes you go through life and you realize you meet a lot of great people, but they're just not here to stay. They're very seasonal, and their purpose is seasonal. And so sometimes it's hard for me to accept change, but once I really realized that their purpose has came and gone and they just can't go with me to that next level, I was pretty content with that, and I was okay. And so that was my inspiration behind making Good Bad. So my process when I was creating my showcase was very, very messy. It was not organized. It was more so of me kind of just picking colors and then looking on YouTube like, how do you make this flow? How do you make this liquidy? And I'm not gonna lie, I tried a whole bunch of things. Like I had to do this probably 5 times in order to get it how I want it. And so as you can see in this one, it's like very all over the place. It was a lot, especially in my dorm room. So I was doing all this like a full production in my dorm room. With this one, it wasn't as bad because I kind of knew what I was going for in this. As you see, it's called Sensina, and I watch a lot of anime. Don't judge me. But, you know, I just knew that, you know, that was like her main color. I knew that the black was just going to flow very well. And so I got really critiqued with how I would pour the paint onto the canvas and how I would like not throw the canvas, because that was a lot in my little 4x4 room, but more so shake the canvas. And so, yeah, I just had a whole production in there, and I did a lot of pouring, a lot of dropping, a lot of mistakes were made, but you know, no mistake is a bad mistake sometimes. Sometimes good mistakes do happen. So that was my little inspiration behind that. So this one is called Aries, and I'm pretty sure there's some Aries out there in the world like myself. And to be honest, when I was creating this one, I really took my time with this because I wanted this to be my finishing touch of why, you know, this showcase was so important to me. So as you see, this one doesn't have as much texture compared to my other paintings, and that is because it's showcasing me really fully just like leveling out, smoothing out all the kinks and becoming like my full self. You know, you'll see my earlier paintings and it pretty much shows me my freshman year and just how I was very like impulsive and had no filter and was just young and wild. And now this is like my polished self, my finished version. And so when I look at this, sometimes I look like, it looks like the clouds. Some people say it looks like God's creation. You know, people interpret it however they feel. But when I look at this, I just see somebody that's just at peace with themselves and is just happy with who they are. And that's pretty much how these 4 years have been for me. Like, I'm finally where I'm just happy with myself. So this is probably one of my favorite pieces right here in the whole showcase. I try not to have favoritism, but this is where we're at. So yeah, this is Aries, guys, and thank you for coming.